bet
shit.
somebody's moving around the microphone up in here. Moving around at the speed of sound. Are you moving around the microphone or something?
I don't know, maybe. I was trying to move my controller a little bit.
Hello, Brandy. Welcome to the stream.
But I think
Doesn't surprise me
Hobbit
that
might
she'd
have
be
his
here.
headphones like near a fan or something.
Maybe. It's actually the same sound that I tell you about when you stream sometimes. It like happens at random. It's as if you're like moving around the microphone or something.
I need better splitters. I think.
Maybe. But yeah, Brandy, let us know if you can hear me. Hobbit's somewhere in another dimension right now. He'll be here sooner or later. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you can hear us and how the volumes are.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm sorry. I'm just being helpful.
No, see, this way, either she'll be like, okay, ding, or she'll be like, what, who said?
Oh my God.
See, there's method to my madness.
Big look at the chat.
I know, King Charizard. How are you, bro?
Oh my God,
I haven't
hey,
seen you in so
dude.
long. He's setting this chat on fire.
About to say, I thought he forgot about us. Okay, cool. Good. We can be heard.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll start and we'll just have Hobbit freaking introduce himself when he shows up. So, hello internets, and welcome back to another edition of BinkLive. Today we're playing Vice City, and I have guests. I say guests as if it's plural, but only one of them's here right now. So, sir, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Onyx the Game Machine. It's not like you don't know who I am, but hello everyone.
Well, for those who may not know, why don't you tell them some of the things that you've been a part of on this channel?
I've helped you out with Bloodborne. I mostly appear in 99.99% of your streams, talking shit. And,
In the chat, yeah, mostly.
Saying random stuff, yeah. I remember, I think we've only tag teamed in Bloodborne, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a wild ass ride, though.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah.
And we would have Iron Hobbit here, but I think he's either got his mic off and doesn't realize it, or he's busy like doing stuff for his wife at the moment.
It'd be so hilarious if his mic was off.
That would be, and that would be him.
Yeah.
But pretty much the objective today for the game is I'm just gonna deliver pizzas in hopes that I actually finish this mission, and we're just gonna talk. So.
All right.
So what's up? What have you heard about in gaming news as of late?
Let's see. Gaming news lately. There's just been a lot of talk about like just projects people have been thinking about doing. Let's see. I had some stuff written down actually.
Internet darling Undertale came to PS4 as of late.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did great with that actually when it came out.
Thank you.
Aha! Hey, why don't you hide behind that lamp?
I'm actually thinking of playing it tomorrow because I don't have anything like lined up for retro plays. You know, so I'm thinking actually doing more Undertale tomorrow. Which means that I'll be doing the freaking bone tussle or whatever it is.
Oh, good luck.
So that'll be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Jaljix, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Hello, sir. Welcome. I am Binkdeadpool. of the BinkLive.
He's asking if you're trying to get 100%.
Oh no, definitely not. This is more of just like a casual playthrough. If anything, I'm just like, trying to deliver some pizzas just so I can have a little extra health to make it through the mission I'm stuck on at the moment.
Here we go.
Because I'm stuck on a mission where I have to protect Lance Vance, before he dies.
Lance always got on my fucking nerves in that damn game.
He's even worse in Vice City Stories.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But yeah, I had some topics written down here for us to talk about.
Okay, she got it. Well, she gets 2 pizzas.
Let's see. Aside from the fact that Sonic Mania came out,
everybody's Supersonic Racing right now.
There's been a lot of live streams on YouTube and Twitch when it comes to Sonic Mania, man. It's been hectic.
Yeah, trust me, I've seen Game Grumps even started doing it.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Game Grumps hasn't done Mega Maker yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows if they even know about it? Because, there's only a few people that I've seen that actually know about it, and one of the big ones who knew about it was freaking MatPat of Game Theory.
Yeah, it's true. Even though, honestly, I think they might be secretly trying to avoid it because of Ross.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if Rubber Ross made some really bad fucking
Mega
Maker levels, dude.
You've been through some of the levels I've been through, that I've made. Imagine if Ross did something similar to that.
Oh, God, that just makes me cringe so bad. Oh,
Hashtag cringe! What is cringe?
And what's hilarious is that when Mario Maker was, like, very, very popular and everything, I mean, it still is, but, I had...
When it was, like, at its peak, kind of deal.
Oh, yeah.
What you're saying.
I was at a friend's house, and I was playing some Mario Maker there, and they dared me to do Rubber Ross's levels, and I played about 4 of them. 3 of them I completed it after my second or third attempt on the level. But then there was this 4th one. Can't remember the name of it to save my fucking life, but it made me rage so bad where I was like, Ross, I got it.
Was it the Spring Companion?
Yeah. Okay. I remember.
It was. Okay. That one I've seen quite a few people almost break too.
But what's so bad about it is I got to the middle of the level, and it would always mess with me because there was I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was a Bowser that had a fucking bullet bill thing on his back, and you had to literally put the spring on top of the bullet bill dispenser and spring off the motherfucker and get into the goddamn fucking pipe. And,
oh wow!
And it didn't always fucking work. But,
by the way, I thought I heard Hobbit for a second there, but it might have been him just turning.
I have returned.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to not be rude and interrupt.
Well, that's alright, because I was going to be rude anyway and have you introduce yourself because you weren't here for the intros.
I apologize. I tripped a breaker here in the house, apparently, but I don't know. Oh my god, all I can hear is you. Okay. Alright, so I'm Iron Hobbit. Hello, everyone out there in Binkdeadpool Land.
He's here.
Hi, Hobbit. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Yeah, we were just talking about a couple different things.
Also, did you hear the news that Bethesda actually made a trailer for The Evil Within 2?
Yeah,
No,
they released it on their freaking YouTube channel.
Dude, that trailer was actually...
Take your fucking pizza, dude.
I will have to watch it.
Yeah, you need to. Because I completed it on the Xbox 360. And I thought it was alright. It tried to reference a lot of Resident Evil.
Did you hit him with that pizza?
I did, I have to. I have to hit them with the pizza. But anyway, continue.
But, see, the Evil Within 1 wasn't that bad. Oh, I just checked the chat. You got a new sub, Bing.
Oh, thank you.
I see that too.
Exclamation point, new sub. Welcome to the crew. Welcome, you're now part of the ship, part of the crew.
Sorry about that. I don't know how late or early I got to that.
It's alright. I honestly have not been paying attention to the chat because I've been delivering pizzas.
1 minute. You were 1 minute late.
I'm fucking horrible. I lost that sub as quick as I got it.
My hands in your timing.
I bet I just lost that sub as quick as I got it.
You did. You did.
Yeah, it happened. It happened.
Nah. But
he was like, yeah, screw Binkdeadpool.
It tried to reference a lot of, like, not just, like, its own type of genre of horror, but it tried to put, like, references of, like, Resident Evil in there.
Half-Life.
Like, there was a mansion segment. Yeah, it did a lot of Half-Life stuff as
there
well.
There was, like, an actual G-Man.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was fucking creepy, too.
Yeah. And if you play the DLC, you get to see more of that G-Man dude.
Yeah, and I will say though that it had a bit of a mix, like referencing Outlast a little bit though, because of just the creep factor.
Yeah.
Had that entity keep
that and some of the gore
following you and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he just kept following you and shit, and I always kept thinking this just feels like a third person Outlast. Even though I enjoyed Outlast 1, I thought Outlast 2 was a piece of shit when I saw some people playing that.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Sorry. But yeah, the Evil Within 2's newest trailer, I won't spoil it because Hobbit hasn't seen it, but it's really good. It's really good. It makes me want to actually look into the game more when it comes out to see if I would actually play something like that.
Do you think it's going to be an actual sequel to the story?
Hold on, what's that, Hobbit?
I said I'm completely traumatized from Until Dawn, and I do not think I'll be picking up anything close to scary anytime soon.
Oh, we'll get back to Until Dawn. I've been wanting to ask you questions since you beat the game. But for the Evil Within 2, does it look like it's going to be an actual direct sequel, or is it like going to be its own story, or what?
I think it really looks like it's going to be its own story, but I'd have to see more of the trailer to actually like I'd have to see a second trailer in order to put it together, because the way that the way that it ended it for the first one, it was very opening.
Yeah, well, yeah. Depending on how you beat it, left it open either way. Yeah.
Same thing with Prey.
Wow, what a hell of a release date for that game too. Friday, October 13th.
Ha. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They did.
But I think we should get to some really good stuff. Now that Hobbit's late to the stream, I think we should start with our Until Dawn questions. How about that, Hobbit?
Oh, good God.
Alright, well first, before we start the questions, Hobbit, spoiler free, tell us about your Until Dawn experience.
Terrifying, traumatizing, and all around, oh my God, what the fuck.
I still can't forgive you for making Emily survive. I'm sorry.
I tried to get everybody survive. I mean, I thought the point was to make all the survivors survive until dawn. I thought that was the point.
That is
Emily
the point of the game.
Included.
That is the point of the game. But
I still hate it.
I mean, like, what'd you think of the story, and what'd you think of all the twists and turns, you know, through the whole story? I know one of them had you leveled.
Okay, so all in all, the game itself, I am not a horror person. All right, so I struggled going through it. There were a couple of weeks where I was like, I'm not sure I really want to do this anymore. You know, I wanted to move on to something else. But all in all, the game itself, the story, is what actually hooked me into staying and finishing the game. Other than that, and the fact that I'll be damned if I just not finish another game on my channel. So, aside from the story, though, was incredibly compelling.
Hashtag where's Chrono?
I did enjoy, again, spoiler free, I enjoyed how the game led you in one direction and then completely surprises you. Like, again, spoiler free, I love how cliche the beginning of the game was. And how uncliche the second half of the game was. How it just really, it actually took you for a thrill ride you weren't expecting. You're like, alright, what the f is going on here?
Yeah. Like, the whole second half of the game,
you give me this
it leads...
cliche game that gives this, like, I could write this myself. Come on, seriously? And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, what the hell, what is going on here?
Then, yeah, about halfway through the game, it grabs you by the nutsack and is like, oh, you think you're done?
Oh, you think you know what's going on?
No.
You don't.
Well, I got you for 3 more minutes!
Oh, man. Like, I remember when I played a little bit of Until Dawn. I liked the voice acting for it as well. Like, I loved... Like you could tell, like, they were, like, kind of reading off of the script, but some of the people, like, for example, the guy that played as Mike,
they got some good actors.
Oh, yeah, like, the guy that played
He's on
Mike.
par. His acting's always on par.
Oh, yeah. I felt that it, the actor that played Mike, I felt that it was like a redemption. I kind of agree with what you were talking about at the end of your stream, Hop, the redemption of Mike. Without saying any spoilers per se.
Right, exactly. His character in this, to me, redeemed himself from characters that I've seen. You know, the complete villain character that you've seen. You know, the actor himself portray and things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which is where I mostly know him from. I'm not so much worried about spoilers from that.
Oh, I know. You know, that was like pretty much one of the main things.
Netflix yet or Hulu, you're slow.
That's one of the main things I actually referenced whenever we saw him too. Is I was like, hey, isn't that guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I mean, Hydra.
Emily, I like Emily's the voice actress for Emily too. She's actually one of the characters on
she hit it. She was good.
Superstore. Yeah. The Superstore show.
Oh yeah, she is. Now I'm looking at her character.
Ditzy brunette, the one that got pregnant in the very first season.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know Hayden Panettiere.
Save the cheerleader. Yeah. Save the world.
Save the cheerleader. Save the world.
Yep.
So I even told you at the end of the game too. Like near the end of the game, I think I was in the chat during your last stream of it. I was like, save the cheerleader, save the game.
Yeah.
Oh man. But actually we had a if there's not any more questions, we actually had a request for a topic in the chat actually.
Alright, lay it on me.
PT.
Oh.
Has anybody ever played PT?
I unfortunately
what the fuck is PT?
Playable trailer. That's all it was called. Was PT. Playable trailer. Okay. It would. If you get a chance, Hobbit. If you get a chance, look up any videos on it. Anybody. Doesn't matter. Game Grumps, Scary Game Squad. Doesn't matter who. You know, they're all great. And
I'll send them my old video as well of it. It's on, I think, VidMe.
Well, but pretty much it was like a playable teaser that hit the internet, hit PlayStation 4 specifically, and literally blew the minds of everyone that played it, because it was almost like the demo for freaking Resident Evil, but more fleshed out, like to the point where you actually had to say something into the microphone, like whisper it. And like several times, like 5 times I think was the number or something like that. You had to mention that guy's name, and like it triggered one of the events. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
well,
it was like.
Together.
Yeah, well, the reason
was it just a tech test they were doing?
No, it was a playable demo for freaking.
It was a playable demo, dude. Like it was a teaser demo. It's a playable teaser.
For what?
And
Silent Hills. It was gonna be the next Silent Hill game, but that was the
one
last.
They scrapped.
Yeah, that was the last project that Konami actually did.
And I'm gonna tell you, I felt so bad that they canned it. because of the simple fact of, hey, Kojima was main person in charge of it.
Hideo Kojima,
You know,
and Guillermo del Toro was going to be freaking like director.
Nice.
And they had Remus.
Yeah,
as the main character.
Norman Reedus was going to be the main character.
Reedus, yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it was lined up to be a fucking blockbuster, but then Konami freaking fell under.
Because the way that it was, okay, now first things first, I've actually played the teaser. I was very lucky to have actually gotten it recorded too, because now you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, they pulled it off of the
I would
the
have
PS4.
looked for it if I could have found it to play it.
Well, actually, you can still play it if you still have the thing in your library, which I actually know a rare few people that actually could still play.
Right, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it when it was available.
One of the few people I know of that actually has it on their system, like being a big YouTuber, is Jesse Cox. He was like, that's one
Jesse
freaking
Cox
demo
does that,
I'm never getting off of my freaking system. I will delete other shit before I get rid of PT.
Yeah, because it actually puts more price on your PS4 if you still have it.
Yeah, because that's a demo that was only released once, and once it fell through, they pulled it. They pulled it off of the PlayStation Store.
But yeah, let me tell you about this demo, Hobbit. You thought Until Dawn was scary? Oh no, this scares me.
PT, you walk through the same hallway like, what is it, like fucking 20 times it seems like?
Yeah, but small things change as you continue on. Like sometimes your environment may be lighter by a little bit. It might be darker.
Sometimes the walls have eyes.
Oh god, don't remind me of that shit. Oh, that just triggered me right there. Cause there's this one.
Have walls and eyes and
no, serious, dude.
You don't get it, okay? There's one part where you're going through the house and all the pictures that were hanging on the walls
are all
have
eyes.
Moving eyes on it, and it honestly looks like you're having a fucking acid. Because when you're going through it really fast. And it's like your whole screen's flashing red and everything like that. And I'm like, fuck. You know, that's seriously how it was. I was like, fuck. Because, you know, I suffer a little bit from a little bit of motion sickness myself. So, but it really depends on, like, how high resolution it is, I guess, if that makes any sense. And this was getting me dizzy. I was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Get back on the bike. Get back on the bike. Get back on the bike.
But let me tell you this, Howard, man. I'm kind of, in some ways, I'm kind of glad you didn't play it, because you probably would.
It would have messed you up, boy.
Oh,
would have messed you up.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, like playing through the Resident Evil 7 demo was pretty bad. I played through it twice.
That's nothing compared to PC.
Right, Until Dawn was, like I said, I am not, like, I don't generally go out of my way to watch horror movies. The older the horror movie, the easier I find it, because old horror movies, I mean, some of them are just plain fucking funny. I mean, when
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes, I love that. I love, like, black and white ones I absolutely love, but at the same time, they're classic, you know, classic movies. They're not necessarily just horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
The newer ones, I think they get a little too much for me.
By the way, hello, Mr. Rumble Roses. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Rumble. Shit.
But yeah, I get exactly what you mean, though, Hobbit. Like I'd say when I played the demo, I think it was like, what was there, like 3 versions of the demo thing?
I can't remember exactly how many versions they ended up
updated a whole bunch.
Yeah, there was like about 3 or 4 updates of the demo. Luckily, I played them.
Yeah, because they kept on adding stuff to it.
Yeah, because now you can't play the previous versions of the demo.
No.
Because once they updated it, that was that.
That was it. They cut the rest.
But dude, I liked how they were adding stuff though. Like, I will say though, I remember when I was doing the little. You probably remember this, Hobby. When I was doing the comparison of the demo versus the actual game.
Yeah, yeah.
And I will say this is the monster that's in the demo is stronger than the molded in the game. You
So
can
they
pop
upped its
that
hit
thing in the
points?
head as many fucking times. It can die,
Yeah, but it
but
just
it
takes a
more
lot.
bullets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They wanted to make sure that if you did try and kill it, you were going to use most of your ammo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I will say that it did startle me though, because of the part where you're trying to get out, and good old Daddy Baker locks the door, and you getting out, and he's like,
Yeah.
you know,
He's like, hey, but you think you going somewhere, boy?
you think you're going somewhere, boy?
No wasting time.
Welcome to the family, son.
Oh, family, son. Alright, yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually very glad though that you finished that game, Bink. Like what? Like I didn't mean to ask you. When it came to Resident Evil 7, what were your full thoughts on your playthrough experience?
It was good. It was well put together. It was like a manageable Resident Evil game. You know, because I always had a harder time with the freaking older ones because I suck at dodging. You know, so and
Hashtag truth.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
that is
that.
true.
Yeah, I will freaking. Bloodborne's a prime example. What did I put most of my freaking levels into? Stamina and hit points. Because I
Stamina and
knew
hit
I wasn't gonna
But
fucking.
you can't dodge for shit.
Yeah, you know, because I knew I'd be taking
Yeah,
some
that's a good
damage.
close call. Yeah, that's a good close call.
Oh yeah, but
Oh yeah. Who's gonna watch the new It movie? That's a good question. I might take a look at it, but I'm probably not gonna like it because it's just not Tim Curry.
shit. Damn it! I just wasted that pizza.
I'm sorry, but
Again,
there's
I'm
just
not
no way.
a horror fan person, so I'm probably honestly I have no interest. I really don't.
I mean, I'll say this: the original It was a pretty fucking scary ass movie, and not
I've
just
seen
because
the original.
Because I will say, it's not just because it's a fucking killer clown. It's also the fact that who's playing the killer clown.
Tim
It's
Curry.
Tim Curry.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna flop, the new one, but I know for a fact it ain't gonna be like the original.
Yeah.
Because nobody, and I mean nobody, is it but Tim Curry.
You mean Pennywise?
Simple as that. Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the clown's name is Pennywise.
Anyways, yeah, Pennywise. Because
Here's how. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was done. I was just a little bit,
I really think the reason it's gonna flop, or maybe not flop, but it's just not gonna be. I agree, not the same. Is partially the character, but like, do you remember the really a bad attempt at remaking the Evil Dead movie? I mean,
Yeah.
we made a scary as hell looking movie. Don't get me wrong. I watched the remake. It looks scary as hell. But
Yeah.
that's not what the original ended
That's
up
not
being.
it. No, it's not.
It ended up being a cult classic because he tried to make a scary as hell horror movie on a budget with butterflies in his pocket. I mean, and it came out a masterpiece instead. And it just it didn't have the same. It just, and I think that's what's going to happen with the It movie. I think they're going to try and over-scarify it. It's just going to be a straight-out horror slasher flick, and it's not going to have the creepy Tim Curry essence that it had originally.
Oh yeah. By the way,
And
hey
again,
Pancake
and,
Dog, welcome to the stream.
Hey.
Again, you know, a lot of it does come down to Tim Curry. He definitely made that movie with his character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he did kind of make
Because
Pennywise. There, get
Yeah,
the
because
pizza,
also
dude.
you got to realize his acting background too. Like the other iconic characters he played. We talk about the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The butler from Clue.
The butler from Clue.
Yep. And he also played the concierge in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yep.
I mean,
I hated him so much in that movie.
Hello.
He's a bad guy.
God dang it.
He was doing his job well if you hated him.
Exactly.
Another Christine movie. That's an interesting topic. Because
I never saw the first one.
I think that would be
Did it?
a
Yes.
good
I did the
one.
pizza mission.
Good job, Bink. Good job. GG.
Thank you. I
But,
think just like us just
I live
talking
under
helped.
a rock. What is a Christine movie?
Okay. Okay. How can I explain this to where?
Is that like a Medea movie?
Oh no.
Medea
It's a horror
goes to the
movie.
grocery store.
Okay, basically, Christine is about a haunted gun.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's one
It
my
was-
dad used to talk about a lot.
Yeah,
Fucker!
it was a 1983 movie, and I know for a fact it was made by John Carpenter.
Fucking asshole.
Huh.
But basically, in a nutshell, it's just about a boy that buys a car, and the car has an evil mind, and its personality changes, over time. It's a really good horror movie. That is a movie that needs to be remade. I can agree with Pancake Dog about how that would be interesting. Yeah.
I've never seen that one. I do like John Carpenter though.
Oh, you would love Christine. Yes. You need to. Yeah. I'll see if I can find a way for you to watch that online sometime, dude. Because that's a really good movie.
If I'm gonna cross, I like to be sci-fi horror. And Carpenter is very good for that.
Oh yeah. Like, I'll say this: it's like the John Carpenter Halloween movies versus the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I don't like the Rob Zombie.
Over brutalified. I mean, the guy just made it too brutal.
Plus, they turned Michael Myers into a fucking, what's the word? He was
A mental case?
No. Talking about his origin story. They completely fucked up his origin story.
Oh,
They turned him into the stereotypical white trash man.
Yeah.
And okay, as much as I think Sherry Moon Zombie is one hot woman, her looks could not save this fucking movie. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, was I against the fact that they casted an ex-wrestler to be Michael? I wasn't really against that. But at the same time, they turned Michael into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with that fucking movie. And that's not Michael Myers. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
pretty
you
much
take
what they did.
Yeah, it's like you take away the chainsaw from Leatherface, give him Michael's mask, give him a butcher knife, and you got the Rob Zombie fucking Halloween.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's kind of how it felt.
Oh yeah. Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Jai Jackson's
Don't you just love
on
how I
point.
describe things?
Jai Jackson chat, he's on point with that question. What about a Maximum Overdrive remake?
Ooh, that would be pretty fun to see. Oh yeah.
Maximum Overdrive.
The main thing I remember from that movie, Maximum Overdrive. Shit, they took my cab. Well, no, I just,
didn't need it anyway.
No, I did, because I was just gonna start doing taxi missions. But anyway, the main thing I remember from Maximum Overdrive is that fucking semi. They had a semi in the freaking movie that had the Green Goblin's face on its freaking on the front of it.
Yeah, they had the Green Goblin's face on it. Yeah. My only issue that I would have with a remake of Maximum Overdrive is, could somebody actually do better than Emilio Estevez?
Yeah, well, I think nowadays they'd probably get away with it. Because if you think about it,
that's true.
they're if you think about it, they're not appealing to us, the people who have seen these movies with these remakes. They're appealing to the millennials, the newer kids and stuff who may not have seen these movies and shit.
True.
So in a way, that's the reason why they're over brutalizing these things, or like making them over emotional, or over this, over that. You know.
You bring a good point. You bring a good point because I try to let my kids watch some of the older stuff. I watch, you know, what I watched when I grew up, and they're like,
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
hold
like,
their
how
attention.
are you not into this?
Oops.
And then I'm watching what they're watching. I'm like, it's the same flipping flopping stories in this show. You're just rehashing it in a different show, and it's because it's tighter animation. They've got, you know, more updated, you know, comments and quips, and you know, everything's more modern, and it appeals to them more than, you know, something from the 80s or the 90s.
I also like the fact that the whole movie happened in North Carolina, which is actually my state.
Well, all right.
Is that
Yeah.
really your state? Do you own the state of North Carolina?
He does.
shut
I have seen the paper document.
Oh, you've seen the deed. You've seen the deed.
I have seen it.
It says Onyx the gaming machine on it.
It does.
Okay, all right. I'll shut up.
But basically, Brandy, Maximum Overdrive, basically in a nutshell, a comet comes to Earth, you know, strikes a truck stop, and
Smokes a
machines
bowl
come to
and,
life.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and killer trucks ensue.
killer trucks and shit. Yeah.
Killer
It never
truck.
really made any fucking sense how a meteor made trucks come to life.
Look,
but
see, that was the
No,
best
you
thing
know,
about
it's not a
movies back
movie.
It
then.
was a comet.
Exactly.
No, but see, that was the best thing
Didn't
about
need to
movies
make
back
sense.
then. They don't need to make sense.
Yeah, they don't.
You know, we love
It's
them
like how people
regardless.
still try and. It's like how people still try to keep putting logic into Sonic games, when really you just shouldn't.
Look,
I
look,
think Sega
the logic
gave-
is Sonic. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh my
there you go.
god, dude! I just saw this dude get fucking hit.
Nice.
Holy shit, like dead on. That guy's dead. Oh, nope, he's right off. Never mind. He's fine. He's fine, everybody. He's fine.
Whoa! Hey,
Yeah, I see it too.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He's fine. He just rode off like it was a fucking
I'm
big
glad
deal.
you got that on camera, dude. That's awesome. You got that.
Nah,
on
man, I'm good. I'm good.
He just drives off like, yep, I'm good.
man. I'm just brushing it off. Yeah.
Jeez.
No, there's
But,
not blood coming from my forehead. We're good.
It's just a flesh wound.
Tis but a scratch and shit, I guess. I don't know. Fuck.
Oh man.
That was crazy.
That brings up another interesting topic that's also about gaming and movies. It's just games that are turned into movies.
Are
Sometimes
90%
they turn out
terrible.
good. I mean,
almost
sometimes
always turn out
yeah,
terrible.
well, yeah, but there's always that small percentage that
Hold
could
on.
have been good.
Hold on. I gotta park because I can probably rattle off like seven at least that are bad movies that were freaking video games originally.
I was gonna say, let's see how many you can name that are decent. Yeah,
Decent's a
that's
hard
where
one.
I'm going.
But I'm saying like, let's see, Blood Rain, terrible. Super Mario Brothers, terrible. Street Fighter the movie, as great it is as it is to watch, it's terrible. What was the other one I just had in my head?
I know one that actually had a good movie, even though it's kind of the other way around with it. GoldenEye 007.
Yeah, but see, that was a freaking movie that they adapted into a video game, mainly because the movie was coming out.
They ruined movie video games.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
the
yeah, another
Godfather,
one
the
I'm
game
adding to my
wasn't
list.
bad,
What is it? The Enter the Matrix game.
Oh no!
I'm adding that to my list of terrible
I
games.
know why too, because of Gerard the Completionist.
Oh no, I actually played that piece of shit on PS2.
Oh god, the
Back-
Assassin's Creed. I have not seen the Assassin's Creed movies.
It's
like
terrible.
The big one.
It's terrible.
It's
I've
not
seen-
worth it.
Oh god, they ruined it. They ruined it.
Prince of Persia, that was the other one I was
Doom.
thinking of.
Doom.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Another one. Doom. Doom was awful. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it was-
They
it
even
was
put The
terrible.
Rock in it.
There's
They're like, look, we know
one-
how
Yeah, it
bad
was
this
terrible.
movie is. Here's The Rock.
There's one scene in the Doom movie that was good, and that was the first person view.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
That's
the only
it,
scene that was good.
Diamonds. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Didn't they do a Max Payne movie?
Yeah, they did a Max Payne movie
That
that
was-
was
but
starring
it
Mark
wasn't
that
Wahlberg.
good.
That was Mark
What
Wahlberg.
was the one that my brother was all about? The Kingsman
Kingsman was actually a comic book before it was a movie.
right? I'm thinking of
Yeah.
something that came out years ago. It was some battle movie. I don't know.
Beetleborgs.
Something he went on and on about.
Oh God, the Beetleborgs.
No, that was just me just being like random.
No, I remember that TV show though. Oh God, they completely.
I need
fucked
a
up the lore.
fucking cab. The one time I need a fucking cab.
Yeah, that's actually true. Dragon Ball was actually based on a movie.
Oh,
That actually is true.
excuse me, sorry. I almost threw up in my mouth. Just thinking about
And by
Dragon
the
Ball
way-
Evolution.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
Sorry, just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, I
Okay,
know
so what
about
about-
the new
what
Jumanji
about
movie.
Warcraft?
I think it's gonna suck.
That, from what I heard,
kinda
was
enjoyed
good.
it a little. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
the
so
main
alright,
complaint
I
was
actually
about it, from what I've heard, is mainly people being like, they should have put more lore into it. They should have focused more on the lore. You know, that was the only main complaint I think I saw about
You know
it.
how much lore there is in WoW?
A fucking shitload.
How
It'd
the
be like
flying
freaking.
fuck are you gonna put that in one whole goddamn movie?
It'd be like freaking trying to do Warcraft like the Lord of the Rings movies.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
I think I already got what was back here.
But I
Okay,
hope
so
that
let's
they
go
do
with one that
more
might
with, like,
actually be decent. What about the original Mortal Kombat movie? I
It's-
liked that movie. I would
it's
still
good.
watch that movie.
I still actually do watch that movie every once in a
I
while.
liked
It's
that
alright.
movie. There's nothing wrong with that movie. It's cheesy acting, it's cheesy fighting, but what do you want from 1995?
And not
Just
just that,
don't watch
but
the sequel.
especially Johnny Cage is supposed to be that cheesy.
Just
Right,
don't watch
exactly.
You know?
it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God, no, I did not. That's why I said the original, not the sequel.
Do not subject yourself to annihilation. You will feel like you want to go through annihilation. No, you'll just feel like you want to be
Let's
annihilated.
go on the far end of that spectrum and talk about the Wing Commander movie.
Oh,
Jix, don't even bring up that E2 fucking game. I still have to heal from
I
that.
was about to say, I think he brought it up just to kind of like grind your gears a little bit there.
He
I'm
might
just
have.
trying to find ways to trigger me too. Because I see what Pancake Dog puts in there, and I'm seeing what I'm seeing like what Mr. Rumble Rose is sticking in there, and these guys know me. They're trying to fuck with me.
They're poking.
I'ma
They're
get you out
poking
the
the
street.
Onyx. They're poking the Onyx in his poke spots.
Okay, I will say, what about Alone in the Dark?
I haven't
I
actually
have not
played
seen
that
the
yet.
movie.
I
I've
didn't
watched
think it was that
playthroughs of
bad.
it.
I haven't played the game and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
Now I
In
will
the
say
Name of the
though,
King. That was the movie I was thinking of. In the Name of the King.
Oh,
didn't that
okay.
have Jason Statham in it?
It did.
Yeah, they could have done better with that though. But that's just me, you know. That's just me. I think they could have done more with that.
I hadn't actually seen it myself, but at the same time, I just had no interest in it at all anyway.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I actually no wait. I just thought of a movie that I want to see if it would actually trigger Mr. Binkdeadpool. Final Fantasy: The
Don't.
Spirits.
No. 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 Why you gotta
Oh, that
hurt
was
my
a piece of
heart?
shit right
Why do
there.
you gotta hurt my heart by making me remember such terrible things to my beloved franchise? My most beloved franchise that I've loved since childhood. I mean, I actually feel bad for freaking, like, James Woods, because he actually voice acts in that movie. As well as, like, a few other people. I think Alec Baldwin is actually voice acting in that movie also.
Yeah, but we don't care. He'll do anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
He has no self-respect.
The Battleship movie was alright. It was a little bit bland to me, but it wasn't a bad movie.
It's alright.
If
you go into the movie not knowing what the title is or what it's referencing, you know, but you've played Battleship, okay, you would not realize it's a movie on Battleship until like near the fucking end of the fucking movie when they actually finally do a Battleship grid. Granted, I give them props on like explaining how they do it like legitimately. Dude, don't try to take me out of your cab.
Get out of the cab.
Don't try and take me out of your cab. That was my words right there.
I did not know they made a Double Dragon movie.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, 90s.
Don't watch
90s at its worst.
I have to. I have to.
No,
yeah, no,
fucker.
No, seriously, he has to. He has to watch it, even if just for comedic effect.
Now, okay, there is one movie that people will say it was bad. I kind of like this of it because it had also one of my favorite actors in it. But I actually kind of like the original Street Fighter.
It's alright, but like I've said before, it's one of those movies I go back and watch and just go, oh, M. Bison, you're so funny.
Of course.
Yeah. The day M. Bison walked into your village, it was the greatest day of your life. But for me, it was a Tuesday. It's like, some of the lines are just great. Oh.
If you're a fan of 90s action movies, or a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme,
we're going to hit M. Bison.
It's great. It's
so
great
hard.
For you.
So hard.
Okay.
But it is an awful movie.
Pancake Dog, I hate you. I hate you right now. Resident Evil Apocalypse is a movie that triggers me really, really bad.
Resident Evil, the movie series, they should have just stopped after the first one. The first one was great. They should have just not even did it.
The first one was still pretty not on par with the game.
Still, it was the best of the movie series.
Hold on, I gotta get this out because I know what he wants right now. I know what he wants. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him because sometimes I can be like a monkey that performs.
Yep, performing monkey. That's Onyx the Gaming Machine.
You don't put a scrawny bitch against Nemesis and have her kick his ass. You don't.
But she was super infused with parts of the T-virus.
I don't give a fucking shit. I don't give a fucking shit if she had a cybernetic implant in her ass.
Oh, we flipped over this cab. This is done. Sorry, dude. You're not getting to where you need to go.
But that's all I'm gonna say about that. The GTA movie. Okay, they could only pull that off. If they
just watch Scarface.
Vice City.
No, just watch Scarface. There's your Vice City. Watch, watch any Gangland movie, any like gang freaking like whoa gangsta movie kind of thing. And there's San Andreas.
GTA movie.
Watch.
I don't think they could do a GTA
movie. Because GTA rips off of every other freaking movie that is within the genre.
A spin-off of every movie genre you can come up with. They would have, if they were to do a movie of GTA, they would have to pick one of the games and do the story from the game in a movie.
Yeah, otherwise, which would just defeat the purpose of that game.
Oh yeah. Oh man. But yeah, Scarface, just like Jaljex, Scarface is one of my favorite movies.
And it's essentially Vice City.
Tony Montana.
Actually, the other way around. Vice City is essentially Scarface.
Basically, yeah. Basically. But, I know you weren't trying to trigger anyone, Mr. Rumble. Even though I got a feeling that they're going to end up canceling the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh, with 1 second to spare. Oh well, we're not going to be able to actually fucking do it.
But I don't know. I don't know whether or not they're going to continue with the FNAF movie. I don't know.
What the fuck did he know to go to the desert for?
He wanted to go to the beach.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like he dropped him off in the desert.
Look,
Here you
look,
go, hope you find a
Jalgix-
cactus.
Jalgix just made a point. Boys in the Hood is basically San Andreas.
there we
He's
go.
right.
That was actually the movie
He's
I was trying to
absolutely
think
right.
of. That's actually the
He's
movie I was
absolutely
trying
right.
to think of.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm not a fan of Boys in the Hood really that much.
The only one that I think pretty much had its own, well, actually two of them have had their own, like, story that has references to other stuff in it, but for the most part it's its own thing, and that's, like, 4 and 5. The stories of both 4 and 5 are, they're pretty good. The ending of 4 is a little crappy, but,
Yeah.
Four's story was good. Some of the mechanics in 4 were awful.
yeah.
I enjoyed 4's story though.
I liked 4's story also. I liked how they introduced the diamonds also, which I thought was going to be like the next like major plot point for like the series. But they just didn't really do anything with it.
Well, you have to play all the DLC.
Ah.
If you play both, The Lost and the Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony, the DLC, you follow the rest of the story with the diamonds, and like since it's, I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it out there. The diamonds end up, like when you play it with Nico, the diamonds end up getting put into trash bags, and you have to deliver the trash bags and collect the trash bags or some shit, and then the next thing you know, the dude's calling you talking about my diamonds got shanked and you were the last one with them, so it's your fucking fault. And Nico's like, what are you talking about, dude? I don't know where you didn't take your damn diamonds. So when you play Lost in the Damned or the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Damned DLC, you find out that both Tony and the Lost in the Damned try to get their hands on the diamonds. And everybody tries screwing everybody, and what's his face, the leader of the
Johnny
ends up with the diamonds at the end of the whole thing. He ends up with the diamonds and takes off for San Andreas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is where
because
you find
Yeah,
Johnny
I was about to
when
say.
Trevor puts his foot into his brain cells.
Yeah. I was just about to say, that's like the last time you see Johnny is actually in 5, when freaking Trevor just smashes his fucking skull in with his fucking foot.
If you get enough of the little bits and pieces of stuff in the game, Johnny blew the entire stash of diamonds on meth.
Wow.
That's how the Lost and the Damned got their meth shop going though. Out in San Andreas was he set up a meth shop, and then he poured all those diamonds into setting up a meth shop and then smoked it away.
Damn.
Brandy asks if Hobbit can turn his mic down.
Yeah, there have been a couple times you freaking blew up a little bit, but
Yeah.
your mic is a little
I
loud now.
actually
I'm thinking about it.
I actually cannot.
But I also want to go to something that someone said in the chat, actually. That there was a Sonic movie in 1996. Yes, that was an OVA. That came out between 1996 and 1999, actually, depending on if you're talking about USA versus Japan. But actually, Sonic the Hedgehog, 1996 was actually not a bad. It wasn't a bad movie. Some people might disagree. I don't care. Sonic. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like Sonic. Sometimes it turns out good. Sometimes it turns out bad. But do you really care? No, it's because of Sonic.
What?
You know what I'm saying, Hobbit? Though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, people say they didn't like Sonic Underground, but I enjoyed Sonic Underground. I thought it was
That's
cool.
Jewish.
I just wish that they would have finished it though. They never did finish Sonic Underground.
Run over that guy.
But let me see. But if we're gonna talk about really bad game to video movies, there's one we haven't talked about, and I have to bring it up. I have to, or it just wouldn't be right.
Which one?
Super Mario Bros.
Oh, I mentioned it briefly.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, it was when we were first going over freaking different movies that were terrible, that were video games first.
Bob Hoskins, rest in peace.
John Leguizamo is Luigi. Luigi Mario. Let's never forget that that was the movie where everyone learned that Mario's last name isn't Jumpman, it's Mario.
Yeah, Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Yep.
I still remember that interview that Bob Hoskins.
Oh my
had,
god, I hate this fucking. I hate doing the taxi
where,
missions because everybody's in my way!
Where basically people were, an interviewer was asking him, you know, what was the worst movie you ever took part in? And he said, Super Mario Bros. Is there ever a movie that you wish you never did? And he said,
Super
yes,
Mario
Super
Bros.
Mario Bros. Because, did you know that they actually got drunk on set because of some of the stuff that they were having to say?
I don't blame them. That's probably the only way they can make it through a day of shooting, knowing that they were making such a crappy fucking movie.
I just felt so bad for Dennis.
Okay, now we cannot forget though that John Leguizamo also did The Pest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was also the Violator in freaking Spawn.
That is why I always felt John Leguizamo could have pulled off Deadpool. That role right there made me feel like he could have pulled off Deadpool. I'm not knocking Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Don't mistake it.
Yeah.
But I always, before Ryan Reynolds ever mentioned was being interested, I always felt that, especially since Deadpool is Latino in the comics, that John Leguizamo would have been the absolute perfect role.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can see that. Like if Ryan Reynolds was like, nah, I don't want to be a part of that character.
Fuck! Oh, I'm dead. I hate that bridge. God damn it, I hate that bridge. There goes all my ammo.
Damn.
Fuck.
Spawn was an interesting movie. Was it the best one?
I hate that bridge, man.
No, Spawn wasn't the best movie, but it wasn't the worst. I felt that they casted the right guy to be Al Simmons. You know, I enjoyed that.
Michael Jewell White, yeah.
Yeah, Jewell White, yeah. He did really good. Because he was also in another movie called Blood and Bone. I love Blood and Bone. Oh my god, have you seen that?
No, I have not.
No.
Woo! He's whooping people's asses in that movie. I gotta introduce you to that soon. But yeah, he played a really good Spawn. John Leguizamo, he did a really good. Yeah, I used to call him the creepy clown because you know that one scene in the movie where he does it.
Well, that's actually his character. That character's name is Clown.
Yeah, it's Clown.
Yeah.
In the comic books, that's what he is. He's called.
The only other name he has is his demon name.
Yeah. Which I can't fucking remember, let alone pronounce.
We're gonna name him. We're gonna name
him
Crispy. We're gonna name him Crispy. Oh, Crispy. Crispy the Clown. Crispy. Trying to think though. But yeah, the story could have been better. To be honest with you, like they just put Al Simmons in there and was like, okay, do what Al Simmons does. That's basically what the movie was like. Like if you were going in there, not knowing who Spawn was, you probably would think less of the movie. But if you went in there knowing who Spawn was, you probably would have thought it was alright.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle, you know? It's in the middle. No.
I don't know. I think that made it. It's a big difference between movies that they made, you know, years ago and movies that they make now.
Yeah.
They don't. They make a, back then they made a movie assuming, they make a Spawn movie. Well, it's Spawn. You already should know what the fuck Spawn is. Otherwise, don't fucking watch our movie. Go read a goddamn Spawn comic first.
Exactly.
Now they give you 45 minutes of fucking pointless, boring crap to try and fill in people who have no idea what the hell this is, or they make up some completely pointless new backstory to characters. The Ghostbusters movie that makes no sense, is stupid and pointless, and is just ruining what was an amazing franchise to begin with.
Or they retell the same origin story 3 or 4 times. I do not want to see Uncle Ben die again. My heart cannot take seeing Uncle Ben die again.
What about the situation with parents, man? Like, that would have to go in your same category.
Exactly,
Yeah.
There's like a whole family reunion of actors who have played freaking Bruce Wayne's parents and have died. They could have their own fucking family reunion.
Getting up there with different Alfreds now too.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm trying to think though.
Onyx trying to think.
That's why I smell smoke.
Yeah, because I have a certain person in the chat that's telling me to go back into a chat when we're having a discussion.
Why don't you say the certain person's name? Put him on blast.
Brandy, I'm working. There you go.
Damn. Roasted.
Yeah, go to sleep, Brandy. If you're not feeling well, just go to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyways though, did anybody ever watch Wreck-It Ralph when that came to?
Yes, I did.
Of course.
I loved it. It was well made. Lots of in-jokes. The bad guy freaking anonymous meeting or whatever it was, where all the supervillains are freaking just hanging out in the room, freaking being just because, the part with Zangief always gets me. Zangief is in video game, I crush man's head between my thighs like sparrow's egg.
Like sparrow's egg.
Yeah. But this does not mean I'm bad guy. Just because you are a bad guy does not mean you are a bad guy. That part just always got me. Just freaking Zangief.
I will say though, I did like Sarah Silverman's performance in that movie, because for one, I'm sorry, I will always have a small little crush on Sarah Silverman because I love her sarcasm. But I think she did really good in that movie. I mean, what did you think of her performance? She plays no.
Yeah, she was alright.
That was the first time I actually liked anything with her in it.
Yeah, right?
Are you serious?
Honest to God, I am not a fan of her comedic style. I do not take away from her talent. She is a great comedian. She has gone a long way, and she's just not my style of comedy. She's not usually what I get into. But wow, she wowed me with her role for sure. Absolutely.
Damn, Hobbit.
Really. I'm so sorry.
I'm just messing.
We actually watch that movie at least once a month in this house. I shit you not.
Oh, okay.
That is a household favorite. I love Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk is probably the household favorite actor. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's wash. But
did anybody ever see the movie Postal?
Postal?
It has.
Yeah.
It's about the 2 terrorists in a plane. It was it had to do with the World Trade Center, kinda, but it was actually based off of an actual video.
Huh, I never saw it.
Yeah.
It was okay-ish. I didn't know it was based on a video game when I watched it.
Oh yeah, it actually was. Yeah, yeah. Even though you either think it's okay or you hate it, because a lot of people would say that it would be around with like the worst video game to movie adaptation thing you could think of.
I don't know. There's some pretty bad ones. We just went over a shitload of them.
I know.
Oh, hold on. King Charizard, Onyx, Pink, and Hobbit. What TV show have you seen more than once? Mine is Sons of Anarchy. I've seen it 7 to 8 times.
What you mean, like from beginning to end, like episode 1 to finale kind of thing, or are you talking
Heroes
like?
for me.
Or are you
Heroes.
talking like never missed an episode kind of thing and still watch it religiously, or you know?
I think that's what he means. I think that.
Because Heroes definitely, for me, was like one I watched when it first came out, all the way through, and I still go back and rewatch the series every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
And I guess Walking Dead would be another one for me.
What about you, Hobbit?
I have seen Firefly 7 times, working on my 8th.
Yeah,
From start to finish.
There are a couple brown coats over there in that house.
No,
that's
don't
what
get
they're
me
called.
wrong. In all fairness, I have nothing on King Charizard. There's 14 episodes in Firefly and an hour-and-a-half movie. So, I have nothing on his entire series of 7 or 8 times through of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah,
but
dude, he's got us both beat on that.
we are definitely brown coats in here.
I'm trying to think, because it would still be Heroes. I actually have all the episodes on DVD, and if you weren't a fan, why would you have all of them? You know?
I even have the fourth
see,
season, which was, you know, the one about the freaking freak show or whatever, the freaking carnival.
The sideshow carnival thing.
Yeah.
The carnival thing. Yeah, that was weird.
With the
Well,
dude with
I just
the
hated how
earthbending
they-
powers.
I just hated how they cliffhanged you at the end because it was getting canceled. You know, like that was bull.
Look, that point where they hung you pretty much was like what the series was building to, and I was waiting for the next season because I was like, now that they've hit this, what are they gonna do next? And they was like, we're canceling it.
Novels. It's all in graphic novels.
Fucking, I don't have money fucking to throw away like that
either.
anymore, Charles.
I don't either. I don't either. I'm just saying it's all in graphic novels. I googled when the new season came out, the 5th season,
Right.
and I googled because I wanted to know why aren't certain characters here? What are they doing? What is their reason? Because they didn't say.
Where's Sylar?
What is Peter Petrelli doing? Where is Sylar? And so without any spoilers to the actual newer season of Heroes, Peter Petrelli, Sylar, the characters that did not make their appearance in the new series were not there because they're actually part of a super-powered resistance group, which is mentioned in the series when you meet
I was gonna say Micah is like
Micah,
a part of this fucking
Yeah, Micah.
underground
Micah's the one
series.
in charge
You know.
of that group.
Okay.
Tyler, Peter, and the rest of them are out of country. They're all the way on the other side of the world, doing stuff over there. Claire got pregnant by a man in the comics. The only name they've ever given him is Hammer. That is it. I did a lot of googling on this. And Hammer,
I can tell.
she apparently had a thing for Hammer, but whatever. She came back to the U.S. to have her children there, near her family, and then of course the events of the series go from there. But that's where she was part of that resistance group before coming back home to have her kids. When the new season takes place. But so that's why they're not there. Now, as to why they don't get involved in the events, I can only assume that there's more to that in the ongoing comic series.
Was there any mentions of Peter's older brother? I mean, I know what had happened to him in the series, but
Nathan?
it wouldn't be right if they didn't at least reference him in some kind of way.
Oh, I'm sure there are, but not. I just was looking up where certain characters that I know were alive, you know, at the end of the series, what they were doing and why they weren't in the show. You know, what the reasoning behind it was. You know, was it just the actor wouldn't come back, so they wrote the part out, or?
Because I'm trying to think though. I gotta ask. This is a hero's question to anybody as well. Who is your favorite person
Siler.
in the hero?
Siler easily. Siler or Hiro Nakamura. I mean, it's a very hard cross between the two.
For me,
Both
Siler.
have such amazing character development throughout the series.
My favorite is actually Arthur Patrick. Because I liked what had happened with him. Wait, what's
such little with him in the series, though.
Yeah, and
yeah,
for one,
the way that he fucked up everything was
his
like,
own hubris got
expect.
him. His own hubris did him in.
Yeah, but at the same time, how he changed Peter's whole future was just, it was amazing to me. He was like, come here, son.
Yeah, he changed his freaking... Yeah, he changed Peter's future by doing the one thing that they had to do in the series to freaking give Peter
Took
more
all
character.
his powers away.
Exactly, because Peter Petrelli has no character.
Yeah.
His character was him learning these abilities that he had no control over.
Right.
Not realizing that he can use any ability.
They were clearly going for some sort of uber-powered by Tyler and Peter.
That's pretty much what they were freaking kind of shooting for, but I don't think they had the budget for such special effects.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that ringtone.
I agree.
Just gave a Hobbit call.
I did, however, enjoy the
sing.
Haitian. Like what they were doing with the Haitian was pretty fun.
I liked his ability.
Yeah.
Just how he could be in a room with somebody and just be like, you can't use your power now.
Yeah.
There were, so I have a question. Was there anything about the show?
What? Was there anything about the show?
Yeah, you cut out on my end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was there anything about the show that irked you or that you didn't like? You know, something that just, it was like, I did not like that, how that ended up happening, or...
The last sentence of the fucking series when it first fucking got, you know, canceled. It's a brave new world. I wanted to see that brave new world.
I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree with Bink on that one. Yeah. That completely fucked with me bad.
I'm gonna go back a little further than that. My biggest qualm with the entire series is, back in season 2, when they were doing the plot with the virus and Adam, and then they had the writer's strike happen.
Yeah, the writer's strike happened.
The series got cut, the season got cut in half. And if you have the DVD, which Onyx, you said you did, in the deleted scenes, you can see the alternate take where Peter actually missed the vial and it shattered, and that's where Nathan dies, is actually there in the middle of season 2. He's the first one to die of the plague. But that didn't happen. They completely scratched that idea, and they went in another direction. He caught the vial, they saved the day, they changed the future. What the fuck happened to the Irish chick that Peter left in the future?
She was wiped. She was wiped, dude. Because she was left in that time. No, it's the effects of time travel, dude. She was left in that time.
Never. Her brother would have been furious. That would have been something that would have come back on Peter. He would have hunted Peter down.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. She was in a timeline that got erased.
They never brought it back, though. But his brother would have known that she was there and then gone. My sister just disappeared one day with this guy.
That's the thing, though, too. It's time travel, man. You know?
It was a plot hole that always bugged me. It always bugged me that they never even had this decency to give me the oh, well, we created the such and such device and now it's all better. I didn't even get that.
Yeah. No,
That's
well,
what
no,
bugs
I
me
can
about
see
that.
I can see why they did it, and in a way, it's kind of Peter's fault for fucking with time. You know?
Yeah,
It is.
true.
And don't get me wrong,
Because
I
he went to the
understand that it
future
was-
with her, and then changed that future while she was fucking still in that time period. So, thus
Yeah.
wiping her.
But
He's got
as
a
emo
point,
as Peter
Hobbit. He's
was
got a
throughout the series, as emo as Peter was throughout the series, he didn't even bat an eyelash that he let that girl get wiped.
What's to say that she wasn't, like, literally wiped from time itself?
I mean, that's true. That's true. But again, it's all up to speculation, and I guess that's what bugs me, is that it's complete speculation on really what the thought process behind that is.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like it was the plot point that got lost in the shuffle in the writer's strike, and to me it bugs me.
Yeah,
You know?
I think it is. It's one of those few plot points that just, you know, was one of the ones that they were like, we're gonna do something big with this, but then just because of the writer's strike, fucking shit happened. Because they had a whole fucking thing planned with like this whole virus freaking taking over. They were gonna do like a legacy virus storyline.
They absolutely were, and it probably would have been amazing, but it didn't happen. And the writers they got decided to scratch that idea completely and go in a different direction.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about that, there was some stuff that was inconsistent about Siler. You know, like, for example, his main power was figuring out how things worked, but of course there was a side effect of that, which made him, you know,
He had
hungry.
he had an overactive thirst for knowledge, an
You know, he
excessive
often
thirst for
claimed-
knowledge.
Like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, he always said that he doesn't want to kill and he can't help it, though. However, if you think about it, there was one whole season where, you know, where he had, like, no powers, but he still killed 2 people to get his powers back. Which meant, you know, I mean, how would you really put that in the context?
That is okay. You've lived with this thing for fucking years, this ability or whatever. Okay, it's been a part of your life. It's been essentially like another appendage for you, and then it gets taken away. That appendage gets chopped off. How the fuck are you gonna react? You're gonna want that appendage back, right?
Well, there's also the
That's
photographic
Siler's
memory
thought.
that he has.
Yeah, but see, that's Siler's thought process, and the photographic memory, that was that actual ability. So once he lost his abilities, he lost that too.
I just
That's the
remember
thing I
They
liked
did
about
touch on
Siler.
that. They did touch on that very, very slightly, and I think it was either in season 4, the beginning of season 5, when they had the guy hunting Siler, when they had the hunter dude.
Yeah.
That was hunting the people with powers. Siler was going through that whole evil, you know, good character, evil character, flip-flop thing going on at that time.
Is Siler good? Is
And
Siler bad?
They started
What
to
about when he was
mention-
hanging out with Mohinder, though? Remember when he was hanging out with Mohinder?
Right, and that's when they mentioned it. Mohinder, I believe, mentioned it. Was they started to consider why he went evil and why Peter didn't, even though they had almost very similar powers, and Peter's was even more strenuous on him than Siler's was. And Mohinder suggested it was because of the method that Siler was taking the powers.
Yeah, because he would just
If he could learn to do it a different way, if he could figure out how to do it a different way other than actually killing someone to take their power, maybe he wouldn't have turned into a psychopathic killer.
And I think they actually did do that at one point. They figured out how to do it like that.
They did. He
like
started to figure out how he could do it without killing somebody. But it was towards the very end of the series, and he never really had any point.
Yeah.
I like the
yeah, no character development against the main villain in the final season with Siler or Peter.
Yeah.
I liked what they were trying to do with Mohinder when they gave him powers. Like, I kept thinking that they were going to try and turn Mohinder into, like, Spider-Man or something like that. Because if you remember when he injected himself with the powers for the first time, he was giving the same type of evolution that Peter Parker had when he was turning Spider-Man.
When he was becoming Man-Spider, pretty much, kind of.
Yeah. But
Mohinder was becoming an insect man.
Though. But they completely
I'm
got
glad
rid of
No,
it.
they touched on
I'm kind
it.
of glad they did.
They touched on it when freaking Hero goes to the future during that whole plot thing, because Mohinder's all fucking fully insected out. You know?
But you know one thing I was waiting to happen when they
Mohinder always had superhuman strength after that encounter also.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
So he did retain some of the ability.
But if there was
I didn't like it though. I didn't like it, and I didn't like when they tried to give Ondo powers. I like having non-powered characters with the powered characters.
Yeah, because those are the characters that that most people would connect with for being normal.
Exactly. You identify with you love Hero, but you identify with Ondo as being the normal sidekick to Hero's awesomeness.
Yeah.
What about though? Like when they were talking about trying to bring back Heroes, I think Bink remembers the rumor talk about that. Yeah, they were talking about possibly bringing back Heroes, and I told you at one point that they were teasing the guy with the horned glasses.
Yeah, the horn-rimmed glasses. That's Bennett.
Yeah. And
that was like before they actually announced Origins.
Yeah.
Or Reborn, whatever.
And I was praying so bad that if they were to bring back Heroes, they need to turn Parkman into a villain.
That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing with the new series. Yeah, dude. Really? Parkman's like
he's not a good guy anymore.
No, his motivations are like I'm doing this to protect my family. I'm doing this to protect my wife and my child. But what he's doing is fucking not good. Not good at all.
No.
Yeah. Because I mean the way they were using him in Heroes,
it's worth it.
Oh yeah. And
I felt so bad for Parkman.
Yo, dude, and by the end of the freaking the Reborn series, or not Reborn, Reborn.
Reborn.
Like they leave Matt Parkman like with a cliffhanger. You know, you're not sure what happens with him next.
I still want to know what the hell happened with Parkman.
Yeah, you're not sure what'll happen with him next. But the way they leave it, it's like he's gonna go full on evil next time they see him. You know?
What were your thoughts on Daphne?
The speedster?
Yeah.
I thought she was a cool character. I was actually disappointed when they killed her off. You know? Yeah. Because I was like, a speedster having like somebody with the freaking super speed ability, that would have been useful. That would have been really useful to have around. And I liked the way that they did it when she was around.
Yeah.
You know, because like literally they had her running between scenes at a couple episodes. You know, she was in like 3 or 4 scenes back to back, and they're different freaking distances away. It's like half of a country away, and she's just like, just another fucking jog.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because also, I liked what they were trying to do with Linderman. But, I don't know, like, do you think that they could have done more with Linderman before they decided to kill him off? Or
look, no.
Do you think that they got all the use out of him that they could?
No, how they did Linderman was perfect, okay? Introduce him as, like, the main villain of Season 1, which they did, and then use, like, any other times when his name pops up as ways of being like, yeah, his name is still around. He may be dead, but his name is still around. Everything that he's done is still having some sort of lasting effect.
Yeah.
Alright,
You know?
I read something. I'm not sure if it was on IMDb or exactly where I remember reading it, but it was a comment made by Tim Crane on that exact very question. You know, why did you kill off Linderman so early in the series? And his answer was because the original plot for the series was to have each season be a whole new set of characters coming into their powers for the first time. That was supposed to be the concept of the show. Each season was going to be a new story with new characters, and every so often, characters from the previous season would pop up, and the world would merge, but the main characters each season would be different. It would be all new characters, and NBC told him 3/4 of the way into shooting that that wasn't going to work for a show, and that he needed to write a second season script that included the main cast from this season and a continual. The writers needed to make the second season with the same cast. They weren't going to recast new characters for a second season, and so he had already written in killing off Linderman and couldn't come up with a plausible way to not ruin the story as far as they had already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's also another reason why they started introducing all these other characters in freaking season 2.
Right, because that was what they were supposed to do originally, and Tim Crane was fighting it. He wanted that concept to stay, and he tried for it. He tried introducing all these new characters, and it kind of came into a very large mesh of too many characters that he had to kill off by the end of the second.
To be honest, I'm one of those guys that was like, yeah, that's cool. Introduce more characters and kill more off, because that's a good way to keep your cast fresh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
No, not even Game of Thrones, because they still have characters that are running around from season 1. But like Walking Dead. Okay,
Hey,
that's
have,
the big one.
Season 1 characters.
No, they don't. They've got 1, well 2 if you count Daryl. But I mean, I'm talking like been around since like episode 1 or 2. So yeah, they've got 2. Wow. They've got Daryl and Rick. That's it.
No more Carl?
And Carol. And Carl. Okay, yeah. But I'm talking like...
So there's 4.
What's wrong, Carl?
That's it. Cry, Carl? But I'm talking in like the comic books too, like I think only Maggie and Carl are like really the only characters left from like the TV series that are in the comic books currently.
Right. I'm pretty sure Rick's gone now in the comic.
Oh, Rick was, spoilers, but Rick might be killed off during the whole freaking next season.
Right, if it happens anything like
if it happens the way it happens in the comic books, Rick's gonna be one of those characters to watch, because he's not long for this world.
Does anybody watch Gotham?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on how Gotham's going right now?
It's interesting. I can tell it's its own
they're
thing.
Putting too many villains in it, though.
Think about it, dude. They're trying to freaking make it a pre-Batman freaking Gotham, so they have to introduce all these people.
Just at the same time, if they're going to introduce it like this, though, that's going to have to be part of its own continuity, because some of the origin stories, they're just not making any sense.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know, and I think that's one of the things that they're going for, was having this be its own thing, because I'm pretty sure. Like one of the interviews, like after the show was first released, one of the interviews I saw with like the writer of the show, the main writer of the show, he's like, we're gonna introduce characters, and you're not gonna, you may think you know who they are or who they are going to be, but you have no idea. You won't have any idea until we tell you this name or this person, kind of thing,
But I will say, though, that Ben McKenzie, he's the guy that plays as Gordon. I think he's doing a great job. He was a perfect pick.
He's doing good as Gordon. I just think some of the like story plots that they're doing are a little freaking like iffy.
Yeah,
You know,
I can see that. I can see that.
I don't. Have you seen the finale of the last season that they did?
I think I have. Thanks.
Leslie went fucking nuts, injected Gordon with the fucking that shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that whole freaking shit. I was like, that was the part where I was like, this is more of a Batman story. This ain't no freaking Gordon story. This is more of a Batman thing. You know?
Yeah.
That was the first time that I was like, they're actually trying to make Gordon go through some Batman kind of shit right now.
But I will say, though, has a Smallville feel, like what they ended up doing with Smallville. Just too much Superman stuff in a...
Not enough Kent.
I kind of enjoyed Smallville.
Exactly, not enough Clark Kent. I did too.
Get out.
But it ended up, like, you know, by 5th and 6th season, it was just like, well, now we have to throw as many Superman villains as we can into this show. And
I mean, come on, they put Kane in Smallville, remember?
Yeah, they did.
Who was Kane?
That was fucking awesome. He was at one point whooping Soup's ass. I loved that so much.
Eh.
But trying to think though, it's like some of the people that I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, like the guy that they casted for Jervis Tetch.
Yeah, spot on.
I think that was
fucking
like
nailed it.
When they introduced Jervis Tetch, I was like, okay, first thing I was thinking about was, oh, they better not fuck up my dude Mad Hatter. And sure enough, they did it spot on. I was okay, when I saw that episode, dude, I was clapping my hands. I was clapping my hands like I was in a fucking theater.
It's not even that, too. It's like, even now, since he's been to Arkham and shit, every time I see freaking Jervis Tetch on the screen freaking in Gotham, I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking just like he's walked off the comic page. You know, because he's got the fucking hat, he's got the fucking, the goofy looking freaking prison uniform, and he's always speaking in some sort of fucking rhyme or something. You know?
Where's Alice?
Where's Alice? You know, and that's
I think it's
fucking
weird that they made
awesome.
Alice like a so-called missing sister situation, though. I mean, what'd you think about that?
Yeah, you know, it was a different way to add some story to Tetch. You know, and the way I'm looking at it is, like you said earlier, Gotham is its own continuity.
What about when they introduced Harvey?
You mean Dent or freaking...
Yeah.
Okay, Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
It's a good start. It's a good start for like the story of Harvey Dent. You know, and the fact that they have like kept away from Harvey Dent in Gotham, I think that is better for the series and for Harvey Dent, because you know, if you have him do too much or be involved too much, but then you're gonna have people being like, all right, when's he gonna get the acid thrown in his face? You know.
I will say though that the one character I didn't like how they were setting him up was Victor Zsasz.
Oh, Zsasz, I actually liked how they portrayed Zsasz, even though he wasn't
first things first.
It was like you could kind of tell it was like Zsasz if he actually joined a crime freaking family before he went on the murder psychopath.
I guess that's just me being the old man I can be, where it's like I was used to Victor Zsasz as being this creepy, scary guy that killed women and took a knife and
he's still fucking creepy. They picked a good fucking actor for freaking Victor Zsasz. It's just that he has one of those moments every once in a while where he'll say something that'll make you go, all right, he actually is a human. At least at this point in his life.
What about, let me see, what about Theo?
Gallivan?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting how they, after Gallivan's death, spoilers, they turned him into Azrael. They made him think, they made him think he was Azrael.
Yeah, yeah. I was loving that shit because that was going back to the way that I think it was like Arkham Knight was doing the whole thing with Azrael and his trials with Batman.
Kind of, but then, you know, Azrael, because there was no Batman, there's no Batman in Gotham. This version of Azrael was just on a fucking murderous fucking rampage, just, you know, for the greater good. The greater good.
Yeah, the greater good.
Now, I will
say one great casting that I enjoy, even just to this day when I watch the older episodes of Gotham, was John Doman. He played as Carmine Falcone.
Okay, yeah, Carmine Falcone is good.
Oh, he did great, though.
Bullock, though, the guy who plays Bullock, is perfect.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Harvey's partner. Or not Harvey's partner.
You're talking about Gordon's partner.
Yeah, Gordon's
Harvey
partner.
Bullock. That's Donald.
I can never remember his name, but he's been on like a whole bunch of comedy.
Donald Logue.
Okay.
Donald Logue. Yeah. Donald Logue.
He's fucking perfect as Harvey.
Yeah.
Harvey Bullock.
Yeah. I like how they introduced him like in the first few episodes. Like, you know, he had to like get that trust with Gordon. That's how you were trying to learn how deep the corruption really was in Gotham PD.
Oh, it's not just that too. It's not just that, but freaking you could tell from like episode 1, Harvey understood Gotham. He understood how it worked. He understood how the pieces move. He understood that when one piece moved, he understood what piece moved right behind it. You know? Yeah. Harvey had a very good understanding of how Gotham as a whole worked.
What about Edward Nygma?
Oh, dude, I can't wait for more. The fact that he's actually like becoming Riddler right now, I'm enjoying.
So you like Corey Smith? You like Corey Smith as Edward Nygma?
Well, let's put it this way: whoever wrote his parts or whatever did a fucking amazing job and he's just playing it fucking amazing, because from like episode 1, whenever he'd spout a fucking random riddle out of nowhere and everybody look at him fucking like he's a weirdo, you know, to now, like when you see him and he's like pretty much question marks away from freaking being the Riddler. You know? And just seeing that progression of his character has just been like, that's fucking amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, because I remember an interview that some people did with Corey Smith, where he was basically like, you know, when he was auditioning for Gotham, you know, he's a complete comic nerd, you know, so he had an idea on how he was going to portray the Riddler even before he was given that part.
That's good.
So that's where I was like, because because when it came to Gotham, you know, I was hoping they were either going to, I didn't know about Corey Michael Smith, but before I even learned about him, I was hoping that the guy that played as Spencer Reed in Criminal Minds would have been the Riddler.
Yeah, I think from what I heard, he actually tried out for the part.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that actually would have been.
But I think he's been one of those guys that anytime that they've been like talking about like a Riddler part, he's been one of the ones that's been trying to freaking try out because he knows he has the look for it. You know. But
I do gotta bring this one up. What about Nathan Barnes? You know, the Executioner?
Right.
What'd you think about that? Nathan Barnes.
You know, that's another one of those plot points, I guess you could say, that made me go, this is more of a Batman thing. Why are you here now?
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, literally looking at him like, you are like 10 years too early, sir.
Now, I will say, though, I love how they're doing the evolution with Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they've already teased the Iceberg Club. also, for
Dude,
next season.
Robin Taylor was perfect
Yeah.
for Penguin. Dude, yes. Like, you just knew when he appeared in that first episode, shit was gonna go down even before, like, 5 episodes in. You just knew.
Oh, yeah.
You know, oh yeah, like, he's like, oh, he's gonna start off as the little umbrella holding guy. You know,
Yeah.
he's just gonna just hold it there, and then you know his death gets faked, you know, by Jim Gordon, and then he's out doing his thing. But I think my favorite episodes was the thing that was going on with the Cranes.
Right.
Like good old Daddy Crane, and then having it go right to Jonathan.
Yep.
Like, okay. When I was a kid, I always wondered the origin story of, you know, the Scarecrow.
Right.
Because he's like this smart motherfucker that's like a fucking therapist. He's like a fucking therapist. He
Yeah.
goes right into your brain.
Yeah.
You know, and then, but when I was a kid, I was like, I wonder how things were like when he was growing up as a kid. Like, I actually thought about that. And then I saw the episode where it actually it literally showed his daddy doing shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm liking this.
Yeah. Going back to Robin Taylor, though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know, he was actually going to be a regular character on freaking The Walking Dead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the only reason he wasn't is because he got the role as the Penguin for Gotham. Because he was like featured. Which season was it? Like at some point.
3 or 4. 4.
Yeah,
4.
at some
he
point.
was in the Cannibal Town.
No, before that, right before that, like that, right before that season started. Because on their way to Terminus, okay?
Yes, it was on their way to Terminus.
Yeah, I think it was Rick and Carol found like this guy and his girlfriend who had a bum leg, you know, just trying to survive and shit. And they were like doing their own thing, and Rick and Carol were doing their own thing. And by the end of the episode, you've come to see that the chick with the bum leg, she died because she was getting eaten by freaking zombies, but you don't ever see him, you know, after that point, until the group gets to Terminus and they're about to be freaking, well, what you do to an animal when you want to drain all the blood out before you eat it. And like Rick is there like with his mouth gagged, his hands bound, and like sitting over a fucking metal trough, and he looks down the line at like these 5 other dudes or 6 other dudes that are lined up next to him, and down at the end is Robin Taylor with blonde hair. He was the freaking guy that was freaking that Rick and Carol saw like the previous season, you know, and of course he's the first one to get his throat slit and freaking his head cracked open. So there was the end of Robin Taylor in The Walking Dead. But he got the job at for Gotham, so that's why they had to kind of write him off. You know, because apparently there were plans to have him come back in the series, but because he got the job with Gotham, they were like, well, we better write you off then.
What about the whole thing with Raish?
I mean, that was alright. I'm thinking we should probably wrap up here, though, soon, so...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Would you like to possibly promote your own channel real quick while, you know, we're getting this started to be wrapped up?
Sure, I guess I can.
And then after you're done, I'll let Hobbit do his thing also.
Okay. Well, I've been working on some Pokemon playthroughs on my channel. I've been doing Pokemon Red, and I've been doing a ROM hack of Pokemon Red as well, called Pokemon Green, which has been, not Pokemon Green, Pokemon Grape, sorry. Um, it's
Ooh, I
been an
like grape.
interesting. It's been an interesting wild ride for both of those two series. But I've been also streaming Assassin's Creed Chronicles. I've been doing China lately. It's been going pretty well. I'm going to be continuing that probably sometime next week. I've been just working on other things for projects in the future. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I can really think of right now.
Tell them your channel name.
Oh, yeah. My channel name is Onyx the Gaming Machine. Go check that out if you're into like just old school gaming and gaming that's based around old school series and some small, unique, new school type of stuff as well. So, yeah.
Cool.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Hobbit, your turn.
It needed some.
You go
if
ahead.
I could do multiple voices at once. I'm Iron Hobbit, and from Iron Hobbit Gaming. I basically do mostly live streams. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday, correct?
Yep.
Thursdays I do a combination of Let's Try, which I try out something random, something usually free off the PSN, something usually obscure, something most people don't download and play just because they thought the picture was pretty. So we Thursdays we do Let's Tries. I'm not sure what tomorrow's game will be, but we'll be doing something. I'm thinking it's going to be Journey, but I'm not positive yet. And I know, I'm kind of excited on that one. And we also do Multiplayer Madness on Thursdays, where I get Onyx the Gaming Machine here, as well as Binkdeadpool and his lovely nanny Brown Eyes, who usually join me for that as we play, most recently, Don't Starve Together. Fridays, as Bink has started, is Final Fantasy Friday, and on Friday nights I do Final Fantasy 15. Saturdays I'll be starting up this Saturday with Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, the new and tasty PlayStation 4 Remastered Edition. And Sundays, if I don't rage quit again, will be level 50 plus, where I'll be trying to 100% Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. I still have Chrono Trigger. I know I'm still waiting on episode 2.
Where's Chrono
in the
Trigger?
works with editing.
Yeah, I've been actually waiting.
Hashtag where's Chrono?
Where's Chrono? Find Chrono.
Hashtag find Chrono. We are still waiting on the long awaited Chrono Trigger episode 2, and more classic IWS CT Live. I do have an announcement on our CT Live project. I am having issues with getting characters done because of the way the unlockables work on 2K17. I have already invested the funds in 2K18. And so as soon as that comes out, I will be putting 100% of my extra time into working on characters for 2K18, and hopefully before the end of the year we will be able to do the next live episode of CT Live. That is my hopes.
That'd be awesome.
Unfortunately, 2K17, you have to use virtual currency to unlock all the unlockables, and I used all my virtual currency that it gives you in the beginning on my career mode character, and I didn't spend any on unlockables, and it's just taken me too long to get unlockables. It's just taking way too much time, and I still have only gotten like 2 characters, and they're not even as good as they could be if I had all the unlockables. So I'm pushing for the 2K18 game as soon as that comes out. Seth Rollins' pretty face will be on the cover, and I will be making characters for CT Live.
Awesome.
That is very awesome.
That's it. That is it. That's all I got. I'll shut up now.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I guess tomorrow, usually when I stream like on Thursdays or Tuesdays or Saturdays, it's gonna be on Twitch. But tomorrow, I usually do like retro plays on Thursday, but since I don't have anything lined up, we're just gonna do more Undertale, so I hope you're ready for that tomorrow. The VOD will be on YouTube. But the VOD will be on YouTube shortly after I finish on Twitch, so YouTube viewers can still see it. But yeah, next week I'll probably continue the Ricardo Diaz missions that I need to do for this. The next stream that I'll actually have here on YouTube, Hobbit kind of mentioned already with the Final Fantasy Fridays. Friday morning I'll be playing Final Fantasy X, and that's pretty much it for the next couple days. I don't want to drone on too much.
Oh, you mean like I did?
God,
fine, just rub it in.
fucking so long-winded. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. I'm Binkdeadpool. I've been here with Iron Hobbit and Onyx the Gaming Machine.
Bye-bye, everyone.
And we will see each other in the next video or live stream. Until then, oh God.
What is our outro theme? What do you want?